everybody, how you doing today? Welcome back. Remember, we are here to fearlessly empower others to realize their potential. Well, one thing I want to ask you, or the analogy I want to give you for this episode is, your life is like a computer screen. The more windows you have open, the more distracted you are, the slower it's going to take you to reach your goals and objectives because you're always distracted. So the thing that this chapter is dedicated to is to get focused, people. We gotta get focused. All right. So the story I want to talk about is many years ago, I dreamt of being a pilot. But the first 5 years, even when I came up with that dream, I wasted it by just living life, watching videos, just distracted. It wasn't until I had a good mentor and supervisor who said, Cos, one day, you know what? I want to work for you. You have potential, but you're wasting your time. You're wasting your life. Get your degree. You still owe me 12 hours every day, but you can go to school. So he forced me, almost, to go see an education specialist to start my journey. Because to be a pilot in the Air Force, you have to have a degree. Didn't have a degree. So then I started to go to school. After I got my degree, I entered into officer training school. Then I got that. Well then, to be a pilot, well, you have to be an officer. So I made all those steps, but it took me 5 years. To really accomplish the rest of that, it only took me like 2.5 years. So that meant 5 years ago, I could have accomplished all that stuff. Why did I wait? So that was because I lacked focus. A couple Bible verses that'll help us in this episode is, let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Proverbs 4:25. Another verse. For this people's heart has become calloused. They hardly hear with their ears, and they have closed their eyes. Otherwise they might see with their eyes, hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and turn, and I would heal them. Folks, life today is dragging us down. Let's be honest. We're in a war of distractions. We're in the tyranny of now. People, these electronic devices are really sucking the soul right out of us. It is distracting us because, let's face it, companies have spent millions of dollars for us to click on social media, to buy things, to waste our time on things that are not important. For the last several months, I've been playing a game. I've been slaying dragons. Not making money yet or doing anything, just wasting my time. Not here helping you guys get better. So let's be honest. We're not going to blame fate for this. We're going to blame that we don't have focus. Just like I explained to you, I'm human, I make mistakes. I think every good leader will admit they make mistakes. I have not been focused on this because the robot part of my brain was definitely not focused on this for the last couple of months. But a good friend reminded me, kicked me in the rear end, virtually of course, and said, let's get back on the wagon, let's get focused. And so with the support of my family and my friends, I'm back again. So let me remind you, the subconscious mind, the robot part of the mind, doesn't care what it gives you. So if you spend your time wasting it, it'll want you to waste more time every single day. It'll say, oh, this is normal, this is the new normal. Well, by me being here on with you, I am slowly trying to create a new normal. Well, that's what you have to do in your life. Here's another great thing. Where focus goes, the energy will flow, and results will soon to show. So if you are focused and you spend your time and your thoughts and your conversations on what you're trying to achieve, you will achieve it. Research shows that the human brain takes in 10 million bits of information in any instant, but your brain can only process 40. So the thing I ask you is what have you filtered? Your subconscious mind, the robot part of your mind, is your filter. Well, are you taking a lot of that time to filter what you need to? Well, to start, you need to figure out what are your habits, good or bad. What are you spending your time on? What habits have you developed to slowly progress you on your goal? So to me, if you build good habits, your results will show. But if you're not doing the daily things to reprogram your robot to say, okay, here's the new normal and this is what right looks like, you're not going to get there. So the other part is what do you think about? What do you talk about? And let's be honest, what do we spend our time on? I already admitted to you that I spent a lot of time slaying dragons, playing a computer game. It's not wrong to play the computer game, but my commitment to you guys was to build an online community where we fearlessly empower each other. And that means together we're going to get better. So the next part of it is we need to determine our distraction, and that goes with like, where do we spend our time? How much time do we spend on the phone? How much time do we watch Netflix or YouTube? How much are we actually focused? And then what we need to do is start a war on distractions. That's the bottom line. We need to start a war on distractions. So my challenge to you, for my folks who are just trying to improve themselves, or maybe somebody near them, is have them do an assessment of how much time they're spending on electronic devices and not towards their goals. Number two, what kind of conversations and how much time do you spend thinking about your future? Because if you talk about your future and you think about your future, you will act on your future. But if you don't do the first two things, and you're not watching videos on how to be a better YouTuber maybe, if you're not reading books or talking to your friends on, hey, how can I tweak this to get just that little bit better? Well, then you're not focusing your time on what you're trying to accomplish. So much like when I wanted to become a pilot, it wasn't until I actually spent time in the classroom and spent time researching what the next step was. But if you're not doing those little steps of your 1,000-mile journey, you're never going to climb the stairs. You're never. You're just not. So that's my challenge for my folks. The next team challenge is for my teams. How much, I want you to look around for your fellow coworkers or your fellow teammates. How much time are they answering phones while they're trying to do something important? How much time are they, ring, ding, biz, or cool, what do you call it, the Chewbacca, the screen, however that goes. But how much time are they actually not focused? Every time a bing, a ring, somebody calls your name, it takes you 20 minutes to become fully focused again. And if that's if you're, you've trained your robot brain to actually focus on stuff. Today's day and age, we have such short-term memories or short-term focus. There's the joke out of there about 8-second focus, like fish. That's crazy, man. That's what we have done to ourselves. So what are you doing today, leaders, to help your coworkers, your friends, it doesn't matter, even your family, for your team, to help them make that first step, to create an environment where it's close. I'm in a room that has no noise, no distractions. I don't even have my phone and nothing can go bing. I'm fully focused on giving you, hopefully, the best episode I can. So, but for your work environment, for your teammates, where do you have what I would call 90-minute power sessions? Where literally every day for 90 minutes, if you're working a normal job, we'll say that's 8-9 hours a day. Is it too much to ask for 1.5 hours to be powerfully focused, ultimately focused, and giving 100% some part of your day? Because if you're not doing that, honestly, you yourself and your team is never giving 100% towards those biggest things that you're trying to achieve. The reason why athletes, world-class people do what they do is because they have created time and space in their day where they give 100% focus, and have eliminated distractions. Is it easier to just eliminate a distraction, meaning you get rid of it, or to fight it? Because if you're mentally trying to fight not checking your phone, you're going to check your phone. So that is my challenge for my teams. Next episode, we'll cover on how to further identify what are your distractions, how to kind of categorize them, and things of that nature. But until next time, thank you for spending time with me, and don't forget to fearlessly empower others.